Morning everybody, Chief here. With all the rain and everything we've had, we haven't been able to keep up with the yard and trimming the roses and all that stuff. So what we're going to do this morning is we're going to have a double knockout round here, and we're going to show you our interpretation or what we do or how we take care of our double knockout roses. Disclaimer, neither of us are gardeners professionally or horticulturists. I just use my great-grandmother's knowledge that she bestowed upon me and my experience of what all we do. So with all that said, okay, say good morning, Dee.
Good morning, Dee.
Okay, what Dee's doing is she's deadheading them, and what we do is we cut off all the rose hips down to a 5-leaf point. For those of you who aren't familiar with roses, this is a rose hip. These little green things here at the end are called rose hips. Now at the end of the season, if you want to let them grow until they get orange, they are edible and they have a ton of vitamin C. And not real flavorful, but they are, really full of vitamin C if you need a quick fix. Anyway, as you can see, this is the big rose bush that was in our previous videos, and like I said, the rain just took a toll on it and Dee's going to come out here and we're going to deadhead this all the way back and give you an idea of what you need to do to cut yours back. Like I said, when you prune it, you want to prune them back to like a 5-leaf segment.
Here.
Let me see if I can.
See right there?
Yep. Okay, see that little segment right there? I think I got it. Where's your hand at? Okay.
Here's the leaves.
Okay. There we go, I got it. That 5-leaf segment, you cut back just above it, and then the roses will continue to bud as long as you keep them pruned back. Some of them will have to take way back because they're so long and out of hand. Like this one here that I was showing you, we're going to cut it all the way back down to the bottom down here, but there's a 5-leaf segment right there. I don't know if you can see that with the sun and everything, but we're going to cut it back to there, take all this off, and it'll start a little lower. So we're going to get busy on this and show you what it looks like afterwards. Another thing I like to do is, even though these new outcrops have got buds on them and stuff, is I like to cut them back too, because that way the little buds aren't taking away the nutrients from others that are trying to develop. They'll come back and have more buds on them. And you want to make sure you get down in there really deep and get all these down here. Here's the daddy longlegs. You see way inside the bush there, you want to get all those too, because that'll signal that it's done growing if you don't get rid of all of the rose hips. Also, you want to cut off any leaves that have rotted or bug bites. You can just pick them off. Like I said, I'm not a professional horticulturist, neither is Dee, but we've had this bush now going on 15, 16 years.
I don't think it's that old. I think it might be 10.
10? Okay. And we like the natural look, okay? We don't think that bushes grow square or round or anything, so we try and keep it as natural looking as possible. You'll see all the sides are different. We got stuff sticking out, like these limbs down here I'll probably cut way back, and this one here I'm going to cut way back. But that'll give it more strength to grow and a little air in there. And then later on down the line, I'll go ahead and prune it way back, and then they'll be good to go. But see, like down in here, you can see those spent flowers and the rose hips and stuff way underneath here, that if they turn into rose hips and start to turn orange, they will stunt the thing. So, and here's more leaves that'll be cut off because of bugs and whatever. So anyway, moving right along. Okay, right there is one of the biggest villains of roses. It's called a rose borer. It's a little bug that crawls in there and starts to hollow out the rose, and it can go all the way to the root and kill off the rose. The trick to that is you just trim it back until there's no hole left. So you're going to cut the whole tunnel out in the rose borer, and you can seal it with chapstick or fingernail polish or something like that. So, step at a time. Here's a really good example, unfortunately, of a rose borer that's really gotten way down there. I'm going to have to take this one and cut it almost out, if not take the whole limb out, because that size and dried, he's way down there. So when I get around to pruning, I'm probably going to have to cut it back at least to here. I do a little bit at a time that way, and see this bunch over here.
There's 3 on here. And
some more over here. So this whole section is probably going to come out, but anyway, that's what you got to do. I'm sure we're going to miss a few things, but you can see a difference already in that. So, and it's roses are a lot of work, but like this, we're going to keep this one here, if you can see that, just because it's the same height as the rest of the bushes now. Roses are a lot of work. We get done here, we're going to go over there, and we're going to do those 3 also. The advantage of double knockouts, or even single knockout roses, is that they're really low maintenance, and they're bug and mildew resistant. That doesn't mean you can't get it, and you don't have problems with it, especially if you don't get rid of your grubs in your yard, which turn into Japanese beetles, which eat up a lot of the stuff. But you can see how much we've taken off, and week, maybe 2, it'll be back in full bloom again. All right, moving on. This rose is interesting. You see the long stem coming way out here, and then the size of it. This is a yellow double knockout, but a couple years ago I pruned too low. And what I mean by that, hi Lucy, Luce, can you say hi? Okay. Anyway, I pruned too low. What I mean by that is that 80% of all roses have been grafted onto one of 4 different kind of graft roses. They have stronger root bases, they're better in different areas, different regions, and everything. My guess is this graft was from a Mr. Huey, which is a red climber. That's why that stem's so long. And as you can see, a lot of this stuff got away from us last year. We weren't able to get out here due to health reasons. So this one's going to get cut way back later on. Right now we're still just going to deadhead it. And I'm actually going to deadhead this long branch here, so that hopefully you can see the red roses coming out of the center of the yellow rose. This is a good example where a rose borer got in there and went all the way down. Let's see if I can get that. There you go. You see it's there and there. But he went all the way down and killed off that whole limb, which has probably killed off all that. And you can see the rest of this that's been killed off. What I'll do is I'll prune it all back. If you can see in the center there and over here, there's enough new wood. There's new wood coming up there that this will come back in. But it'll be really small after we cut. There's more rose borer damage, more rose borer damage. It's the only problem is if you don't take care of them at least annually, this is what you're going to end up with. But like I said, they're very tolerant, and this will be coming back with yellow blooms and one big stalk of red. Well, as you can see, I've cut back a whole lot of the underbrush and all that other stuff off this one. This is the one that's got all that dead wood in it. That's about all this old man can handle for today. That's a lot of back-breaking work. So, but yeah, there'll be, you can see down here, there's still a lot more down there. I'll get out of Dee's way. She got a queen of raking.
Showing what's in the trash can.
Anyway, this is what we've pruned off of these 3 bushes right here. That's what we've taken off of these 3 bushes. They look a lot better, but as you can see down here, there's a whole lot of more dead wood. You can see that long one coming up there. That'll probably take all that center out. But there's new wood down there, so I'm not sure. I may just let the red one come back, because that's red, this is red, and the rest of this is yellow. And I may just let it come back, put it on a trellis, because it is a climber. A lot of your, sorry about all the jiggling, a lot of your roses are grafted to climbers. Anyway, that's these 3. There's that one. And as soon as we get stuff picked up, we're going to call it a day. Hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll put some general information in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that button, subscribe, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And like everyone else says, if you don't like it, hit that thumbs down twice. Y'all have a great day. Hope you find your Foreverland. Well, as you can see, we've decided to call it a day. So what we want to do is we want to thank you for keeping an eye on it or watching it. I'm leaving that in there. We're going to do a follow-up on this one with the other stuff. I want to apologize for all the out of scene, out of focus, jiggling, all the stuff. I'm shooting this from my Droid, and it's kind of hard to focus this little teeny tiny camera lens to the flowers and the stuff while I'm, trying to point it out and everything. And that, so anyway, we're gonna call it a day.
Lucy and I are calling it a day as well. Hope you find your Foreverland.